Hello students, we will start with the same one, that is surfacing. I have already covered this extrude, revolve, the sphere, cylinder, offset and this fill one. So we will going to see today the remaining commands. Okay, so first of all I'll go with the particular sweep one. So when I select the sweep one, here you find four different types of profile: explicit, line, then again these are the circle, and these are the conic one. The symbol itself indicate this is a conic, this is a circle, this is a line, and this is explicit. When I select the profile type as explicit, and when I select the subtype, here we find that three different subtypes are there in a single profile type. If I move ahead on the line 1, here you have this much of subtypes. When I select the circle one, you find here this much of subtypes, and when I select the conic one, you find here this much of subtypes. So to explain the particular sweep command, we required a lot of time. So rather than moving to each and every of this one, today I will explain you a simple is explicit with the reference surface, because as I told you in my first video of the surfacing that this is very important to the beginner one. So for this one we require a profile and a guide curve. So the profile and guide curve are in 90-degree with each other. Means suppose if I come up with one sketch on the XY plane, the next sketch should be on the second plane, which is perpendicular to this XY plane. It may be YZ and ZX plane. Two sketches are not on the same plane for this particular swept one. Okay, now I'm supposed to draw here the handle of jar. So I will come up with the two different profile. One is its cross section, that is elliptical cross section, and second one is it's simply the handle profile. So select this ellipse one. I will come up with this particular ellipse profile. I will give some dimensions. So this is a major axis. I will go with the 51, and for the minor axis I will go with the 21. Okay, now this is a one profile on this XY plane. Now I will draw the second profile, which is look like this one. So which is like this one. It's the original one. So we'll come up with for this particular one perpendicular like this, and I will draw a simple profile one. Okay, now I put some fillets over here or corner, similarly to here. Okay, exit the workbench. Now these two profile are perpendicular to each other, so go into your sweep. Now the profile and guide curve selection is very important. If it is wrong, the behavior of my drawing may be differ than I required. Okay, so this is my profile and this one is my guide curve. Say okay. Now see, in this way we can come up with the surfacing one. Okay, it is not exactly look like the handle because of dimensions. If you go with the proper dimensions, it will look like exactly the jar handle. Okay, now what I will do, I will change my selection. Means I will go with this profile, and this has a guide curve. Say okay. Yeah. So this message will appear, or it may be something happen different, which we don't expect from this particular one. So the selection is very important. Clear? Okay. So what I'll do, I will simply again reduce the dimensions. Look to 15. I'll go with a 5, and I will modify this also. Yeah. Then swipe. Selection is wrong. Then simply I can go here, select this as a profile, select this as a guide curve, say okay. Now say this is a perfect one, right? Again the dimensions are not properly, or dimensions are not proper over here. Okay, if you go with proper dimensions, this will exactly look like the handle one. Now once again I go with the reverse selection. This is my profile and this is my guide curve. I'll say okay. Now so it is impossible, right? So I hope you understand that what is exactly here required. We required to profile. Those profile are right angle to each other. If the profiles are in the same plane, it is not possible to do any sweep operations, right? So by using this you can do any kind of the sweep operations, but you require the proper profile and a proper guide curve. Okay, now I'm not explaining about this one, the multi-section surface, because I had already covered in the solid, in the 3D model, the multi-section solid one. Similar to that of the multi-section solid, this also works over here. The only difference is that here we have the surface and there we have the simple, the solid model. Now the coming to the blend, now the figure itself indicates how the blend is there. Here we have two different profiles, and to connect this one we use the blend one. So I will show you how to do this one. Okay, I will come up with one single sketch on this particular YZ plane. Sorry, not YZ, from ZX plane. Yeah, I will draw one simple line. And I will do the extrude one. Okay, now I am again offsetting this particular one, ZX plane. Sorry, I want to offset it, not this one. Offsetting again the distance of the 100 mm. Okay, and I'll come up with a sketch on this one. And I'll do the extrude one. So I'll change the plane, the extrude one, like to this one. It is initial ZX plane. If I change the plane, no, yeah, it's okay, fine. See, if you want to do the extrude as per your convenient, you can change the direction. Okay, similarly I'll change here also direction. Okay, so I'm changing the direction of this one. Okay, now if I want to do this particular blend one. I'm supposed to select the first one and select the second one and say, sorry, not support. Here the selection, the second curve is this one. I say okay. Now see, like this we can simply use the blend one. Okay, for the different type of sketches you will get a different kind of blends. Now I'm draw this two particular profile and the two different planes. If you are on a same plane, this also works. So that depending upon the sketch, the nature of plane is different. Now here the simply the it is supposed to select the first curve and is supposed to select the second curve. Now while doing this one, the essential thing is to understand the arrow direction. If those arrow directions are in the same directions, you will definitely get the better result. If suppose if one is on this side and the second one is on this side, it is not possible to get a better result. In that case you will get some convexity, some other kind of errors. So it is very important to understand and to carefully observe the arrow directions. I'm not going in details in this one because this is a simple the basic introductions to the surfacing for the beginner one, so I'm not going in the details. Okay, so this is about this blend one. And talking to this particular one, the multi-section surface is again doing a same kind of work, so I'm not going in one. So already covered this part in the part modeling. There was only the 3D model, and here we have a surfacing. Okay, so I'm deleting this one. Yeah, so this is the audio about the particular the surface toolbar. I hope you understand all these things because it's the part of just beginners, so I'm not going into details. Okay, thank you very much.